Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Hope College inside Van Andel Soccer Stadium. We welcome you today on this hot Saturday evening. Game time temperature is about 80 degrees, but the humidity is nice and high for us today. You are here for the matchup between the Hope College Flying Dutch and Stockton University, Ospreys. The Ospreys last night lost to Calvin in a 5-2 tough match. Solano and freshman Fortulis scored the goals for Stockton. And then Hope College came away with the win against Manchester University, and James Elwell had the first goal of the night with an assist from Jordan Hooker in the second half. With about 2 minutes after the whistle, senior forward Dalt had his first goal of the season, and then McCormick came away with 2 saves for the night, while Weber finished out with the shutout. Claire, it's good to see you. I'm Carly Vanswell alongside Claire De Silva.
Good to see you, Carly.
Good day for some soccer. So both teams take the field.
We'll see the Dutchmen starting off with the ball. And it looks like they're ready to full press as anytime this match starts.
And Claire, we called the game last night, and we kind of chatted about this last night a lot, but what do you think went so well for the Dutchmen last night, and what can they take away from that game and to improve upon today?
Yeah, Carly, it was so good to see the Dutchmen coming forward from all accounts on the right side, left side, and just sending different men forward and see them playing together at different areas of the field. We'll like to see more connections with the outside backs and the outside forwards and continue to improve on that, just because they were so dangerous getting in behind in those pockets of space.
So right away we're going to have a whistle blown for a foul, and we're going to see Woodside. Ryan Woodside, senior from Bloomington, is going to take the kick. He goes towards the top of the box. Bilesma's there to recover. Bounced around in the box. A little bit of a collision from Brusso and Hagman. Raymond gets the ball to stick on the ground with a lot of pressure from Dick Mack. And we're going to see Cheslack out in the corner trying to clear that ball. Ball deflected off Raymond. Marino goes for the long kick. Ball spent a lot of time in the air so far.
And we'll see McCormick try and settle that ball down and distribute to Brusso.
Raymond passes it back to Brusso in the backfield. Brusso looks up towards Dalton.
And we can see the Dutchmen early on trying to get their midfield involved as much as possible. Not necessarily trying to bypass them, but just to play through them.
Fowler looks up to Bilesma. That ball gets past him. Gromitsaris will pick that ball up. Surveys his options.
And it looks like the Dutchmen are starting with a 4-3-3 lineup with Hagman as that holding midfielder again, just dropping so low and coming back to defend and really sweeping things up in there.
And we saw last night Hagman played a very important role in the offensive and defensive side of things. He's definitely a key player in trying to keep things together for the Dutchmen.
And we just see a ball in behind Isaac Brock going in to make that run. We see a lot of interchange between him and the forwards just so that he can find those pockets of space because he's so tricky on the ball.
And now the Ospreys are going to take their chance at it, but that ball's taken away from Albritton. Albritton looks to Brock. Brock finds Bilesma. Bilesma's got some space, but we're going to get an offsides call.
And that's good to see them doing those quick 1-2s and those exchanges so quickly. Just timing was off in that situation, but as long as they're getting those one touches, they might find a pocket of space at some point in this game.
Gromitsaris goes for the easy pass to Cheslack. Cheslack with plenty of space on the sideline. Fortulis took a little bit of a tumble, but those Sperry's maintain possession. Leach goes back to Cheslack. Cheslack finds Jelly.
And right now we're seeing a lot of play from the Ospreys from the left side, so we'll see if they try and use the right side in the coming minutes. We'll see a giveaway in the middle, and the Ospreys have a chance for a counter on the right side.
Griggs finds Solano in the middle. Heavy defense from Brock.
And we'll see a foul, pretty dirty foul, in the middle of the park, but the Dutchman will get a quick restart.
Woodside looking for his options. Goes back to Brusso. Brusso finds Hagman. Heavy pressure from Jelly. Sperry's will take over. Griggs up top. Goes outside to Maxton. Hustles in the corner. Pressure from Woodside. That'll head out of bounds.
We can see the Ospreys exploiting that left side as much as possible, trying to get balls in behind and create space for their outside midfielders and forwards.
Solano's going to take the kick for us today. Waits for his team to get set. They take their time. We see both Solano and Jelly up by the ball. Looks like Jelly's actually going to take it.
We see a little back and forth on the top of the 18 between Fortulus and Woodside, just trying to gauge who's going where and what sort of play they're setting up.
This ball's kicked. Intended pass to Griggs looked like, who happened to be the closest one there, but...
And that's a tricky play by Solano, just to get the defense on, or keep the defense on their toes and make sure they're marking their men.
McCormick with the goal kick.
And he'll distribute that out to all Britain. That's one thing we've seen from the Dutchman. Not a lot of long balls, but trying to keep possession as much as possible.
Corbett will go for a little bit longer pass there as he got a lot of pressure from Maxton. Raymond's got plenty of space up the sideline, and Ryan Cheslock will kick that one out of bounds. Brock will take the throw in for us. Excuse me, now Woodside is going to take a shot at it. Goes for the short pass to Raymond. Raymond goes to Brock.
And we'll see a foul for the Dutchman on that right side.
Yeah, looks like they're going to call that one on Dick Mack.
And this is a good spot for Raymond, who's known for his in-swingers, just to get a good opportunity to get that ball in the box and make a dangerous play. We'll see Raymond and Brock over the ball, waiting to see who's taking this kick.
Looks like Raymond's going to take the kick.
And that's a good ball in.
Looks like that was deflected off Abania. Great defense by him. Heads up play.
Or one of the Dutchmen out for a goal kick for Gromitsaris. And he'll go with a quick restart on the right side.
Abania will take that ball. He finds Griggs. Pressure by the Dutchman. Quick throw in from Abania.
Quick long throw from him.
They're going to set up the kick. Looks like number 10, Solano, is going to take it for us.
And a lot of quick little nicks here and there just to have a lot of set plays early on in this game.
Fortress will head that ball, and Brock will try to settle it into the ground. Marino's there, or excuse me, Dick Mack.
And we can see a strong presence early on from Dick Mack in the middle, just really holding that middle together and really holding that defensive midfield spot and distributing a lot as well.
That pass is intercepted by the Dutch. Brock looks to push a little bit, but Cheslock is there.
And we can see good strength early on from this Osprey team.
We're going to get a foul there, and we're going to get a free kick. Looks like Cheslock looks like he's going to take it. They go for the quick start. Jelly looks up to push, finds Maxted. Pass in the middle, and Fowler's going to send that one out of bounds.
And that's a dangerous ball in behind to split that defense. They just made them run and they knew exactly what they wanted to do. Pull it back towards the 6. Unfortunately, there's someone right there to clear it out, but it was a good play and a good attempt by the Osprey offense.
Griggs is going to take the corner. Hope, like you said last night, in that zone. Cheslock looked like he had a little bit of contact on that, but couldn't make do. So Solano's going to take the corner from the opposite side.
We'll see another in-swinger.
Woodside clears it. Marino's there. Goes to Abania. Abania finds Griggs.
And we can see this Osprey team working very hard to clean up any loose balls and 50-50s. They're going very aggressively in these first few minutes, or the first 10 minutes.
Thrown from Abania. Finds Max to take it over from Dalt. Gonna get a foul there. Quick start back to Brusso. Finds Albritton. Albritton tries to send it forward, but a little too far. So Abania will get a throw in. Griggs goes middle. Intercepted by Raymond.
And that's a good read on the play, but an unfortunate turnover in the middle of the park.
Dalt with the boot. Brock's there. Bilesma brings it down. Cleared by Cheslock.
And Albritton will step up in the middle to try and clean that ball up.
Brusso settles it. Gives Hope some time to settle back in. A little bit of pressure from Maxted just to keep him on his toes and aware.
And we can see high press early on in this game, so we'll see what it looks like a little bit later in the game when they settle down and there's less energy on the field.
And a lot more back and forth action we're seeing so far in this game than we see last night, where Hope dominated. The ball was on by their goal that they were trying to score on for 90% of the game.
Yeah,
I mean, they had
right.
control and possession of it for 90% of the entire game last night. So definitely a different feel for them today.
Right, but what we can also see from the Dutchmen is a lot of patience. They're trying to pick their moments and conserve energy and just kind of gauge this Osprey team and see what they're about.
Hagman in the middle. Finds Woodside. Woodside looks middle to Brock. Brock to go with the backwards pass. Dalt has some space off the crossbar.
And he'll take a shot from way out in the 18. Just spins around that defender and just goes for that shot. One-on-one, he's so dangerous, and he isn't afraid to get aggressive and take those shots that you wouldn't expect.
A little bit of life now in this Dutchman team. Nice little energy spurt thanks to Dalt. Woodside is going to take a throw in. First, we're going to get a little bit of a time. Looks like Brock needs to tie his shoe.
Good reason for stoppage time.
Oh, yes. And I'm sure everyone's thankful. Nice little rest for everybody.
Right.
Can't imagine how hot that turf is tonight. Woodside goes to Raymond. Raymond goes for the pass to Brock. Brock finds Bosma. Bosma tries to go back for Brock. Intercepted by Fortulus. We're going to get some contact there.
And we'll see a lot of layoffs for Brock just because he moves off the ball constantly. He's everywhere on the field we can find it, but we've seen that early on in this game.
Ryan Cheslock, the junior, is going to take the kick. Deflected off of Dalton. Abania finds Griggs. Griggs with a lot of pressure from Fowler. Sends that one out into the trees.
And that's a good slight tackle by Fowler and great aggression to stay with the play.
Jelly cuts with a nice cut pass in the middle. Cleared out by Dalton. Intercepted by Cheslock. Griggs.
How many seniors are there?
Intercepted by Brock. Ooh, lot of contact
contact
there between Dick Mack and Brock.
Unintentional, but very good matchup between the two.
Both-
We see his size advantage from
Yeah.
Dick Mack, but that's not going to stop
No.
Brock once he's going.
Both players seem to be okay. Oh, gonna get a little bit of an argument.
And a little bit of friction between players.
We're gonna get a substitution. In the meantime,
Griggs will come off for...
Entering the lineup for Stockton.
We're gonna try to figure out that name for you.
I don't have a number 20.
Oh, that might be the guy that transferred that's not on the roster. Treber?
Sorry about that. We're gonna have number 20 Treber check in for us. Triber, pardon me. He is not on our roster, so that is our fault.
The substitution for Stockton was number 20, Jake Triber.
Brusso is gonna find Woodside up the side. Intercepted by Marino. Marino looks kind of to push. Ball's cleared out of bounds to slow him down a little bit. Woodside, go for it.
I love the 1-2 relationship between Marino and Maxo to get that ball in behind Woodside.
A lot of pressure there. You got to give it to the Ospreys. A lot of aggressive defense going on, and I think a little bit of a different tone of a game than what was last night's game.
Right. We see them stopping the play any time they get a chance. Not dangerous fouls, but just little nicks here and there, so the Dutchmen can never really get their offense going.
Right.
And even still, without that pressure of fouling, they still have just a strong pressure. They're not afraid to go man-to-man and prevent that in-behind offense from the Dutchmen.
Yeah, the Dutchmen definitely have not gotten into their flow as quickly as they did last night. As Brusso sends this ball
Cross
high
the field
out
for
to Dalt. Yeah, nice pass.
And a good first touch by him. And a dangerous tackle in the box. That's going to be a PK.
Dalt slowly gets up.
And we saw a high kick just chopping at Dalt's hip. And right in the 18. And that's a great ball from Dalton. Great insight from a center back to put the right spin on that ball, get it across the field to the left side, and give Dalt the perfect opportunity to go full force, which is what he loves to do.
All right, and it looks like James Raymond is going to take this for us against Gromitsaris. And he will get it to go to put Hope up 1-0.
And he'll slam that into the back of the net. That was taken with so much confidence. Oftentimes you see players going for placement, low to the left or right, but he just put the perfect spin and slammed that into the opposite corner with that left foot. Great finish.
So with just under 30 minutes to go in this first half, that'll put up the Dutchmen up by 1.
Number 16, James Raymond.
And we'll see how this changes the flow of the game. It looks like the Ospreys have been in control for most of it, but hopefully this will give the Dutchman offense a little bit of life.
And we mentioned this last night. Raymond, last year, typically a defender, now trying his hand at the offensive end of things. So awesome to see him get a goal in his second game.
And right now, it seems that his strengths are these layoffs and finding these little pockets of space and finding his offensive players and defensive players who have speed to go up the line.
Getting a quick little break in play for another shoe tie. Woodside will take the throw in. He goes to Raymond. That goes right out of bounds, so Stockton's going to get their turn at a throw in. Marino goes in the middle to Jelly. That's kicked out of bounds from Woodside. So Marino will take it again.
And he'll look to find Maxted again.
Woodside tries to keep it in bounce, but no such luck. So we're going to see for the third time in a row Marino take a throw in.
And we see this Osprey offense just inching their way up, just looking for the right moment.
Solano in the middle finds Albania.
And Dalt will pick up that ball and go speeding to the races. But great defensive recovery by Albania. And we can see a lot of friction on this field at various points.
Very physical game thus far. Looks like the ref's going to give a little chat to Dalt. Albania's going to take the kick.
And what great hustle just to come back for that ball after giving it up in a dangerous spot.
So Brock at the halfway point.
Brock and Dick Mac, that's something we're going to be seeing all game long.
That ball is going to be sent out of bounds, and Albania is going to take the throw in. Maxted will bring it on the ground. Looks like that'll just float to Brusso.
And we've seen a solid effort from both Albritton and Brusso. They've been very organized in the back, limiting the amount of times that they have to go for those 50-50 balls, but supporting each other very well, and a good relationship between those two. And a fairly new one for this season.
Albritton was a strong presence last year. We're going to see Solano pass it out to Dick Mac. This goes middle. Looks like Brusso will take control. Clears it.
Tight in the middle for them.
Marino once again for throw-in. Goes deep this time to Jelly.
He was born to take throw-ins.
And Solano will find Fortulus in the middle.
Solano flicks that one up. And Fortulus tries to keep it alive. Jelly's there. Hagman's going to try to bring it down, but he heads it.
And that's great shielding by Albritton to let that ball go out for a goal kick.
So McCormick will take it. McCormick once again did a phenomenal job last night. Dick Mac breaks up that pass. And Dalt will take it middle to Dalton. Finds Brock. Brock looks for Bilesma. Flicked up. Headed by Cheslock. Turns out to Albania. Sends it.
To Maxted, who's got good pace on him, but Albritton's there to stuff it. And again with the shield.
And Albritton's got some good size to work for in his advantage.
Right, good size and a lot more speed than you're typically expecting with that size.
Dick Mac goes to Fortulus. Spall goes up. Dalton brings it down. Bilesma sends it back to Woodside.
Just to create a little bit more space.
Woodside sends it up. Albania will get a foot on it. Pass it back. Cheslock looks middle.
And Brusso will get that ball to Brock under pressure.
Brock on the sideline. Flicks up to Raymond. Pressured by Cheslock. Out of bounds. Oh, offsides.
Not offside, just a foul for the offense of the Dutchman.
So it's going to be a kick, and Cheslock is going to take this one. Raymond looked a little disappointed on that call.
And this ref is not going to let anyone tell him what to do. He's going to take control of this game just because it is so aggressive early on, going over to talk to Dave Brandt early on in this game.
Dave Brandt in his first season here for the Dutch. He's a 6-time national champion in his 12 seasons at Messiah, and guided the United States Naval Academy to its first postseason win in 41 years. And he also spent some time with the Pittsburgh Riverhound of the United States Soccer League.
And another foul on the Dutchman in the middle of the park.
Cheslock once again will take this. About 25 minutes left to go. Jelly's pass intended for Treber. It's going to just skim out of bounds.
And that ball will go out for a goal kick from McCormick. This game still seems pretty unsettled on both accounts. We haven't seen a ton from either team. We've seen some good plays in behind from the Osprey offense, but we haven't really seen a lot from the Dutchman offense.
Fowler brings that ball down. Looks up towards Brock.
And that's a great first touch by Brock.
Brock to Bilesma. Bilesma to Dalton. Now to Dalt. Dalt with the long kick again.
If you give him an acre of space, he'll take that shot. One thing that we're not seeing as much from the Dutchmen is as quick distribution from left to right. They're not necessarily exploiting the space. They want to go down and attack from one side. We'll see if that changes going into halftime.
Gromitsaris will take the goal kick. He was long. Solana tries to get ahead on it, but the Dutch will take over.
That's a definitive header in the middle, which is what you want to see.
Raymond takes it one-on-one, passes it forward, deflected off of Dalton. Brock recovers. Pressure from Marino. Out to Woodside. Woodside's going to go all the way back to McCormick, try to spread things out a little bit. He goes for the long ball. Headed off of Leach. Still a lot of contact going on. Leach is going to save that one from going out of bounds. Pressure from Bilesma.
And that's a great tackle and good hustle from Bilesma to keep that ball in the defensive third of the Ospreys defense.
Dalton to Dalt. Dalt tripped up a little bit.
And a quick little foul because you don't want that player to get going. He has such a low center of gravity, Dalt, and he's so hard to push off the ball. And it's one of the stronger players on the Dutchman offense.
And Fowler, Connor Fowler, the sophomore, is going to take it.
And I love that on the Dutchman offense, they've been utilizing their right-footed players on the left side and their left-footed players on the right side. It's just cool to see how that in-swinger play gets them closer to the middle quicker.
Easy scoop for Gromitsaris. So wait for his team to set. Easy pass to Cheslock, who goes to Fortulus.
And that's a tricky turn, but not fooling Woodside.
Thanks to Woodside's effort, he'll get a throw in.
And he'll try to find Brock on the right side.
A little bit more of a tough throw. Fortulus gets the ball, flicks it up a little bit. Jelly tries to keep it down. Albritton will finally bring it down. Jelly to Maxted. Pushed back, and Triber will give McCormick a little bit of pressure. Ball in the air. Brought down by Solano.
And he'll distribute wide to Fortulus immediately. And Fortulus has done a great job of finding and creating opportunities for himself. Just a little off on that last pass into Maxted, but he typically likes to cut in and try and distribute wide just to maintain that pressure and get in behind that defense.
Easy pass to Albritton, who found Fowler with a little bit of space to run the opposite sideline. He goes to Dalt. Dalt slows it down a little bit. Finds Dalton.
We're finally seeing this game start to slow down a bit and see both teams trying to develop their plays as opposed to countering so quickly.
Brusso to Albritton. Finds Dalt. Brings it down. Fowler. Albritton looks to do a little bit more, but goes for the easy pass to Dalton.
We see a lot of back and forth between Dalton and Albritton as they're just looking for where the right ball belongs.
See Albritton put his arms up, look a little confused about the back and forth action. Defense will take it away, but quick turnover. Jelly with a good idea, but a little bit too much of a forward pass, and we're going to get a couple substitutions from the Dutch. We're going to get number 5, Dominic Byrne, as well as number 7, Ryan Flynn, and number 17, James Elwell, who scored the first goal of the night last night for the Dutch. Dick Mack takes control of the ball.
And it'll be interesting to see Dick Mack switching defenders just to see how they adjust, just because he's such a strong presence. And we'll see great defensive pressure from Woodside just to slow Fortulus down. It seems that the Osprey offense is trying to exploit that left side as much as possible through Fortulus.
Thrown intended for Jelly. Tough pressure from the Dutch. Dick Mack will take it up top to find Albania. Looks middle, but no one's there except the Dutch defense.
And we'll see these subs trying to settle into that midfield and try to find a holding defender that does the same job that Hagman does and is disciplined enough to stay in that holding spot.
Gromit-Sayers with a little bit of pressure. Bilesman just kind of overstepped it. But that could have been dangerous for Stockton.
And a risky play in the back. And we'll see a foul in the middle of the field here and a quick restart or a start for the Osprey offense.
And it looks like Gromit-Sayers is going to take it. Goes out to Cheslock. Cheslock looks up. Off Woodside. Raymond tries to bring it down. We're going to get a foul called on Fortulus. Woodside will take the free kick.
We'll see Albritton looking for that ball.
He goes up. Long pass.
There's just the right amount of spin on that ball just to keep it alive for the Dutchman.
Woodside will take the next free kick, looks like. Nope, throw-in, pardon me. He goes to Flynn.
And we'll see a high kick by Solano to give the Dutchman a free kick on the right side.
Raymond's going to take this one.
We can see frustration building up from both sides early on in this half, and we'll see how that builds up as the second half comes.
We have about 16 and a half minutes left in this first half. Still 1-0. As Raymond and Woodside both prepare. Raymond takes it.
And that's a perfect ball right on the 6, right along the PK spot, spinning in.
Well played by Gromit-Sayers. Nice save on his part. Raymond gets the ball back, goes back in.
And another almost perfectly placed ball in the box. Just no one to put a head on it.
Elwell will bring the ball down. Byrne finds Woodside. Woodside goes up. Flynn tries to get there in time, but not fast enough.
And we can see these Dutchmen trying to find that interchange between the midfielders and the forwards again. And they're doing it well. They're just not able to get that final touch and the finesse. But it's a good idea on their part.
We're going to get a substitution for Stockton. Dante Montesinos will come in. He'll come in for John Maxted. Flynn goes out to Dalt.
And he'll find Elwell. Will create space by getting it back to Albritton.
Albritton goes to Brusso. Brusso looks middle. Dick Mack will take control. Finds Triber. Triber up to Montesinos. Montesinos with a lot of pressure from Albritton. Finds Albania. He goes up the sideline, and Fowler will send that one almost into the trees, but that one stays in.
And we can see the Ospreys struggling to find good offensive opportunities down that right side. It just seems so much more clogged than on the left.
Fowler is going to take this kick. Finds Elwell right away. Elwell to Flynn. Lots of contact there. Looks like a little bit more accidental contact.
And we're going to see a yellow card finally from this referee.
That is Kyle Leach who took the hit.
And a yellow card for Elwell in the middle.
Just to be safe, we're going to have our amazing athletic training team check them out. Very fortunate at Hope College to have such a qualified staff. From the looks of up here, he seems to be okay.
Slow to get up, but getting up, so that's what
Right.
we like to see.
Always a good sign.
And he'll take his time coming off the field.
He'll walk off with the athletic training team. And it looks like 24 Max Bond is going to come in for him, if I'm correct. You can never be too careful. Looks like he wants to stay in, so we'll see.
And we'll see the ref allow the ball to go back and play.
Cheslock takes the kick. Finds Montesinos. Montesinos finds Dick Mack out to, Triber. Triber with a lot of pressure from Fowler goes right back to Dick Mack. Intercepted pass from Dalt, excuse me. Bilesma is going to take it in the middle, pass it back to Woodside.
And he'll find some space on the inside and switch that ball over to Dalt pretty quickly.
Dalt buries it to the ground. Albritton has it in the backfield. Howell and Albritton going back and forth. Settle on Brusso. Brusso looks for his options, decides to take it himself.
And we've seen that a couple times from Brusso early on in this season. He's one of those center backs who isn't afraid to go up into the offensive third.
A lot of contacts, but no whistle. This ball is sent up. Triber's going to go for it. Albritton's there, though. He'll pass out to McCormick. McCormick goes for the quick pass to Elwell, who goes up the sideline to Fowler.
And we can see the Dutchmen with that conservative back line. They don't set their line up too high and try and play the offsides game, but they're always ready to sweep up any balls in behind.
Bilesma recovers the pass. He had a nice slide tackle from Leach. Off of Raymond. And Bilesma will head that one out of bounds. So we're going to get a lot of subs. We're going to start with Stockton. Justin Reese and Christian Bick will come in. And then for the Dutch, 3, Griffin Brusso and Brett Dyer will come in. Number 4, number 22, Jordan Hooker, and number 3, Michael Francisco will join us in the game. Crowan Saris is going to get a goal kick. And as we learned last night, Coach Brandon, a big fan of playing a lot of subs. He does have a deep bench, and he really likes to take advantage of it.
And I love the relationships that he's fostering between teammates by allowing all the players to get on that field.
This ball up in there, a little bit back and forth action. Settles with Elwell. Elwell to Hooker. Cleared by Cheslock. Griffin Brusso will take it. He finds Francisco. Francisco looks up. Brusso looked middle. Looked middle. This ball's up on the sideline. Francisco will pass out to Albritton. Albritton goes right back to Francisco. Looks middle to Hooker. Misplaced pass. Ospreys will take control. Send it out to Cheslock, who goes to Solano. Solano out on the side to Marino. Marino to Fortulus. Speed contest on the side, but Brusso helps Woodside out, and that's going to be deflected off of Fortulus. Fortulus, wrong plays, wrong time. Smart play by Brusso.
And that's a matchup that we'll like to see in the second half, Woodside and Fortulus, as he continues to pressure that left side.
McCormick out to Francisco, and Francisco's going to head that one out. Quick throw in from Albania to Bick. This ball's going to get taken down by Flynn, who goes to run and push. Goes out to Dyer. Dyer goes back to Woodside.
Woodside's got acres of space down this right side. And a good ball in behind, just miscommunication between offensive players.
Cheslock will clear. Woodside will get the throw in. He takes his time. Finds Hooker. Pressured in the box. Cheslock will take that away. Byrne is there to bring it down.
And Hooker will look to distribute that ball to Griffin Brusso. And he'll go for the shot, just a little wide.
So Gromit Sayers will get another goal kick as we are now under the 10-minute mark. He's going to let his team settle back a little bit.
He'll look long in the middle, but a definitive header by Flynn just to get that ball in the, or keep that ball in the Osprey defensive third.
This ball's cleared up. Looks like Bick has got some space to move. One-on-one, McCormick with the stop. Good hustle by McCormick to stick with the ball.
And that's a great counterattack. Just when the Dutchmen are up high, getting that ball in behind to Bick to see what, or Ruiz, excuse me, to see what he can do. And that's a lot of pace on that ball.
Good offensive set by the Ospreys, just couldn't connect. Leach will go out to Albania. Goes to Solano. Solano finds Bick in the middle. Pressure by Byrne.
And Flynn will try and sneak that ball into Hooker. And a good play. Just not able to connect in the final third. It looks like the Osprey defense had passed it back to the keeper, but no call from the ref.
Looks like field might still be a little bit slippery as we see a couple players slip a little bit.
Right, we've been seeing players flopping all the time on this slippery turf, especially after a ton of rain early on in the day.
We did have a couple thunderstorms here earlier this afternoon.
And we'll see a foul right in the middle. A good opportunity for the Dutchmen to capitalize.
Looks like Woodside and Dyer will go out by the ball.
We'll see a conversation between the two to see who's taking this kick.
Dyer looks to take it.
And we'll see a restart from the ref so that he can get that line.
So we're going to get another shot for the Dutch.
Yeah, second time's the charm, apparently.
Oh, yeah, apparently, hopefully. Dyer again will take it.
And they'll give a way better distribution the second time around.
Way better ball. Montesino's kind of cleared that ball out back and forth.
We'll see Francisco pushing to try and make something happen on the left side.
Francisco last night also came in with a lot of energy for his team and did a great job as a sub.
And that's a great ball in behind to Byrne, just to get across on the ball. And we're seeing a couple opportunities on the left side. First from Byrne, also from Griffin Brusso on that left side to get that ball and pull it right back towards that PK spot. Just unable to connect in the final third.
This ball goes middle, a little bit of a tip. Makes up, Woodside will recover. Deflected off Solano.
Turf is the best defender that they have right now.
Definitely working out in their favor. Burns with a lot of aggression on the defensive end. We're going to get a stoppage of play.
And we can see the ref going at it with both coaches, both Dutchman and Osprey defense and offense.
And we're going to get a yellow card.
Number 11,
Fortulis.
That's one good thing about this game. This referee is not letting anyone get away with anything, and he's keeping control of this game. Just because when there's so much aggression, you don't want that.
Number 21.
So number 17, Bobby Reardon, is going to come in, and as well as number 21, Jack Feld. We still get a little bit of discussion between Stockton's coach and the ref. It looks like 19, Dalton Brusso, will take this free kick for us.
And Fortulas as well as Woodside will both get a well-deserved break.
Yes, very well deserved. And Jack Feld comes in, adding a lot of speed to this sideline, which is always a huge plus for the Dutch. Add a little bit more speed on the right side. Brusso takes it. He slips himself, goes somehow deflected right back to him. Ruiz brings a lot of the pressure.
And this seems to be a game of second chances. If your first kick doesn't work, don't worry, it'll come right
It'll
back.
come right back. This ball's played up. Albritton and Ruiz go for the hustle. Dutch will take it away.
And that's a great idea by the Osprey offense, just to test that back line, especially on the counter. Albritton coming in with the speed. Again, you don't expect it, but he seems to be in the right place at the right time, always.
Triber with the ball. Taken over by the Hope defense. Jack Feld will take over. He looks middle to Elwell. Pressure by Bick, but no call. Out to Montesinos. To Solano. Solano to Reardon. Who finds Triber. That ball's going to go out of bounds. We'll get a goal kick from McCormick as we enter the 5-minute mark. Still 1-0.
And he'll get a quick restart into Albritton on the left side. I like that there's the expectation that these center backs will be more involved in the offense and starting that offense as opposed to just lying back.
And thus far, it's done really well for this Hope's offense.
Right. We'll see the long ball by Byrne just to try and test that defense and see how much speed they have on the opposite end. It'll just go to Grit Saris. Excuse me.
Croman Saris with the kick.
Saris, excuse me.
Accidental contact there.
And that'll be a hard tackle for both guys.
Christian Bick looks to be like he's a little bit in pain. Rightfully so. He'll be slow to get up.
Unfortunately, the call won't go in his favor, though.
Definitely looked like he might have gotten the wind knocked out of him with the angle of the hit.
No stoppage time for this one, though.
Griffin Brusso. Dalton Brusso, excuse me. Will take the kick. Goes for the easy pass to Veld. Veld goes up. Good idea, but no one's really there to help him out.
It was a good idea to see that interchange between Hooker and Flynn last minute. Again, the offense and the defense just couldn't connect the way he wanted to. But it's good to see Veld attacking in a different way. Long passes as opposed to him doing the running.
So now to Cheslock. Cheslock out to Reardon. Settled by the Dutch. Byrne licks Elwell. Back to Brusso. Brusso takes his time. Scoreboard in his favor. Elwell goes out to Veld. A little bit of pressure from Reardon.
And Veld will take that ball inside down the middle, looking to see what he can make, or what plays he can make.
A little bit of deflection, not much on that play. Groman Saris will take control of it. 2 minutes left to go in this first half. Groman Saris with the kick. Reese closest one there. Elwell.
Settle the ball down, take his time, find Hooker, and that's a good ball in behind. Dyer just can't get on the end of it, but a good idea by Hooker to get that distribution behind the defender.
Mariano sends it out to Triber, who goes to Albania. Albania to Lee, or excuse me, Bick.
Solano.
Now to Solano. Solano up to Marino, intercepted by Dyer. Feld will go middle. Bix there. To Triber. Brusso will send that one into the air. Let it go out of bounds into the stands. Throw in from the Ospreys.
In the first half.
Triber's got it. Be a turnover.
And Veld will take his time on this throw.
Headed down. Triber tries to pass it, but that'll send out with the clock is winding down to close to 30 seconds. Long ball. Cheslak heads it down. Flynn sends it up. Hooker's there.
A little bit of space, not too much on the right side. And he'll try to send that ball in the middle. A decent ball into Elwell, who has a little bit of space to turn and is trying to exploit it.
Elwell tries to settle. Goes to Dyer.
And just too many touches on the ball. Just the one touch ball would have been so much better, more efficient for him.
7 seconds left on the clock. Veld's up. He goes for the long kick.
And what looks like a handball in the box will go uncalled by the referee, and that'll finish out this half.
So that'll do it for us for the first half. 1-0 in favor of the Dutch. Both teams will head to the locker room to discuss the first half. And that'll do it for us for the first half. I'm Carly Van Swal, and alongside Claire De Silva, and we'll see you in a couple minutes.
Thanks.
Welcome back to Van Andel Soccer Stadium at Hope College. The sun's going down a little bit to bring down the temperature. Was nice. We're coming in from halftime, 1-0 in favor of the Dutch. We'll see what both teams had to discuss in the locker room. Hopefully went well for both teams. We'll see how the Ospreys counteract the first goal in the first half and how they come out and attack into the second half. And a little bit of news from our women's soccer team. They won in overtime today, 1-0, so exciting for them to start off the season 2-0, and hopefully the men's side can do the same today and as they finish up this second half. And the Ospreys are going to start us off. And looks like Jelly will start us out with the ball.
And one thing that'll be interesting, Carly, in the second half is to see how both teams respond. We saw a lot of strength in the midfield from the Ospreys midfield, but unable to connect in that final third. So let's see if they switch up the attack on or from the left side to the right side. And then on the Dutchman side, we saw a lot of play. We saw everyone going forward from center backs to outside backs, but they just also weren't able to connect. So seeing if they're able to exploit the sideline a little bit more and diversify their play and create more interchanges and quicker.
So already a lot of contact in these first few seconds. We're going to get a foul right away on Jelly. Fowler is going to take the free kick for us. And those big college football fans, Michigan is down 14-0 to Notre Dame. Fowler takes the ball up the middle to Bilesma.
And he'll hold on to that ball and distribute it to Woodside.
This ball's going to go middle to Brock. Albania will try to clear it a little bit.
And we'll see Albritton taking a break to start and Binnig coming in at halftime in that center back position. The beauty of having both those players on the roster is just their size and strength in the back. Just a strong, commanding presence.
Fowler to Brock on the throw-in. Albania will send that one out of bounds. Brock with another throw-in. But he's going to toss that off to Fowler, who will go towards Dalton. Dalton back to Fowler. Pressure from Griggs.
But good trickiness by Fowler to try and hold on to that ball and see what he can do. And that was a good save out on the right by Albania to keep that ball alive. But the Dutchman will find it again.
They want a foul. Bilesma with a lot of contact. Nice spin move.
In the box specifically. But this ref is not having it. I think one of the best parts about all of these controversial calls are not the players themselves, but all of the noise and background noise, specifically from our loyal parent fan base.
So we're going to get a foul there. Looks like Solano will get the free kick. So he lets his team settle in. He goes to Jelly, goes right back to Solano, intercepted by Bilesma. Bilesma with a nice hustle at the sideline, trips up on the turf. So he had a great hustle. Leach will send that out of bounds. Fowler will come in for the throw-in. Goes right away to Dalton. Dalton can't hang on to it, so Jelly gets it. Montesinos is in, but recovered by the Dutch defense.
And that was such a good recovering play from Fowler just to help out Binnig, who's stepping up high. Just that relationship between the outside backs and center backs, just to know, just the come and go of who's coming forward and who's covering in behind.
Brusso will bring the ball to the ground. Looks to push a little bit. Cheslock will head it. And Marino will bring it down. He goes to Fortulis. Fortulis to Dickmack. He goes back to Cheslock. Cheslock looks to spread things out a little bit.
We can see a little bit of higher press from the Dutchman.
Dickmack in the middle. Goes to Leach. Leach up to Abania, who goes right back to Leach. He goes forward. Fortulis is there, but so is Binnig, as well as Fowler.
And good communication and team defense from this Dutchman side. It seems that the Ospreys don't have enough time to make decisions off of that ball, and when they're looking long, there's always someone there to cover on the Dutchman defense.
Fowler with a quick throw into Dalt. He finds Brock. Brock goes to Bilesma. Bilesma goes back for the tip. Dick Mack intercepts. Out to Woodside. Woodside against Montesinos.
And he'll hustle hard to keep possession for the Dutchman on that one.
Woodside to Brock in the middle. Brock with some pressure from Dick Mack out to Dalt. Dalt finds Fowler on the outside. Dalt goes to Hagman. Hagman having significantly fewer touches this game than he had last game.
And that's good strength by Dalt to keep that ball for the Dutchman in the middle of the field.
Solano goes up. Binnings, first one there. A ball will roll out of bounds, and he'll throw it in quickly to Dalton Brusso. Got a lot of double names on this Hope roster, so forgive me for my mistakes.
You're forgiven.
Thank you, Claire. I appreciate that. At least someone forgives me, right?
Yeah.
A lot of contact there between Binnig and Griggs.
We'll see another free kick for the Dutchman on the left side.
Binning will take this one. He goes to Hagman. Hagman out to Dalt. Dalt with a lot of pressure from Griggs. He breaks away. Gets past Solano.
He's still with that ball, driving down the middle.
Oh, he tries to go for the short pass to Bilesma. Can't get it to connect. Griggs out on the sideline. He goes forward. Fortress is there as well as Brusso. Brusso heads it to Binnig, who will pass it back to McCormick.
And because Dalt is so strong, he can draw and attract a lot of attention to the center, which is where he's always headed, just to slip that ball in behind. So it's good insight on him to be seeing that. And it will be even better insight when his players are on board with that, just because he'll create space in behind for his other offensive players.
Fortress has it now. Guarded by Brusso, a little bit of help from Brock. That ball's played in the middle.
And that's a great one-time cross into the middle by Amania on the right side. Just unable to connect with his offensive players.
Cormac will get a goal kick. Goes for the short pass to Brusso, I believe, who finds Dalton in the middle. Intercepted. Out Griggs is there. He brings it down.
And Fowler will try to recover nicely. But ultimately, some tricky play from Griggs will result in a shot just a little wide for a goal kick for McCormick.
McCormick takes his time. This ball soars high.
And that's a great kick down the middle, just no one able to pick it up.
Dalton passes it up to Fowler. He pulls it back a little bit, looks middle to Hagman. Hagman out to Woodside. Woodside's got plenty of space
on the right side.
He finds Bilesma in the middle, doing a great job of sealing. He'll get attacked from the defense, taken away. Griggs remains with it. A little bit of a mix-up there from Jelly. Woodside finds Dalt on the sideline. Griggs is there to add the pressure out to Dalton. Dalton decides to take it. Going to get a foul on Montesinos.
And we'll see again, the Ospreys just trying to slow the play down, just so that the Dutchmen don't get a good flow. One thing that I love that the Dutchmen are doing in this game is their commitment to trying to find that point play in the middle. We see Bilesma in the center right now, just unable to connect in the final third the way they want to, but just that commitment to have someone who distributes the ball out to their wide, fast players is so strong for the Dutchman offense.
Raymond, who's been a strong presence in this game, will be up there alongside Fowler. Won't be shocked if Raymond doesn't take it. Cheslock will head it. We'll get a whistle on the play. Teams will reset. We're going to get a goal kick from Gromitsaris. Deep ball in the middle. Dalton tries to bring it down. Good pressure from Montesinos to recover the ball for his team. This ball is played up to Griggs.
Who's unfortunately a few yards offsides. So we'll see another free kick for the Dutchmen.
35 minutes left to go in the second half. Binning takes it. Goes to Hagman, who goes right back. Binnig finds, pushes it up. No one's there. Gromitsaris will take over. A little bit of pressure from Bilesma. Gromitsaris decides to pick it up.
And in this second half right now, we're seeing a little less movement than we did in the initial stages of the game. Legs are getting heavier, and there have been a lot of stoppages of play in this game.
Binnig settles it. Finds Dalt. Pressure from Solano, as well as Albania. Raymond takes over. Dick Mack comes in with the strong steal. He goes out to Marino. Marino finds Fortulis.
And we'll see Fortulis and Woodside again battling on this side. It's a lot of pace from both players.
Fortulis brings a lot of speed. Woodside usually wins his speed battles up the sideline, but Fortulis giving him something to compete with. Fortulis and Woodside once again. Fortulis doing a great job.
A lot of tricky play, but no one on the middle just to connect. And what I love about Fortulis' play is that he's creating opportunities for himself and for his players. They just have to be in the right places.
Right. And we talked about that in the first half too, Claire, how Fortulis was doing a great job of trying to set up his players that just didn't seem to have that connection built quite yet. And maybe, hopefully, that'll be a connection that can be developed throughout the season. It is still very early on, this only being the second game of the season.
Right. And even in this game, we see a lot of pace from Woodside, but no tactical change by the coach to say, what if Fortulis was on the right side?
That ball will head out of bounds, and Fowler will get the throw in. Goes to the easy pass to Binnig. Binnig to Hagman. To Fowler. Fowler tries to sneak that up in the middle, come right back to him. He looks up. No one's there except for Gromitsaris.
We've seen this a couple times, a few long balls, but that's not necessarily Bilesma's strength. Trying to find him in the middle and get him to distribute, that's where he's going to be best for this offense.
Solano takes it over. He'll try to clear it. Binnig with the header. Great header to keep that on the ground. Jelly finds Dick Mack, who looks out to Griggs. Fowler gets a head on it. Dalt tries to save it, but no such luck. Albania, will get the throw into Griggs.
We'll see some aggressive play from Dalton in the middle, just trying to hold on to that ball and keep it for the Dutchman.
Dick Mack goes back to Chesock. Finds Fortulis. Pressure from Woodside. Bilesma gets some space. Finds Brock in the middle. Slows it out a little bit to Dalt. They'll reset. Fowler up the sideline.
And he'll get to that ball. Oh, no, that ball will go out of bounds. A throw for the Osprey defense. Albania will try and send it up forward.
And Montesinos will settle it. Griggs will send it forward to Jelly. Brusso's there. Trips him up a little bit, but Jelly sticks with. Pass to the middle. Binning is there.
And we've seen a decent amount of one-on-one opportunities between these center backs, but the Dutchman defense has been pretty solid in their one-on-one conversions with other team.
Dalt takes control, finds Fowler. Brock sends it right back. Hagman with a misplace on the ball, settles it to Binnig, finds Brusso. A lot of back half action.
And a lot of balls in the air. Just need a little bit of time to settle it down. And a great ball in behind to Raymond, who's coming off the right side. Not typically known for his speed, but good hustle for him to keep the ball for the Dutchman.
Gromit-Saris, the goalie, will send that out of bounds. Woodside gets the throw in. Goes cross to Dalt. Accepted by Abania.
We'll see him with the left-footed effort. Not typical, but a good effort at that.
Hedman looks to the top of the box, finds Bilesmo, goes to Brock. Brock somehow chips away with it, goes to Dalt.
And that unspoken expectation that Bilesmo will lay that ball off to Brock is just so detrimental and so dangerous, especially in the middle of the park. We'll see that ball go out for a corner, and the Dutchman will take it on the right side. It looks like Raymond will take that with an in-swinger.
Raymond having a lot of good balls so far today.
Right.
So this could be a dangerous opportunity.
It'll be interesting as the season goes on to see how he settles in and decides what type of offensive player he wants to be.
Kick is good.
And a nice in-swinger into the box, just no one able to connect.
Good defense from Ospreys.
And a good punch from Gromit-Saris to keep it out of danger.
Woodside out to Dalt. Dalt one-on-one versus Albania.
Not much support in the back.
Griggs with a lot of contact.
And a strong push to the back. And that'll be a yellow card for Griggs. We've seen Dalt take a lot of hits tonight.
He has. He's definitely one that's been on the ground the most. But he gives the bench a little bit of a smile, so that's always a good sign.
Right, and he's one of those players that the more you push him down, the harder he'll play. So
Substitution.
We're going to get a substitution for Griggs.
Number 9, John Maxted.
Masted will join the lineup. The ref is talking a couple things out with Dalt. As we're about 29 and a half minutes to go, the second half. The ref doing the best that he can to kind of control the contact.
which he's done a great job of. Early on in the game, he started letting things, just trying to see and gauge what everyone was bringing to the table. But he's done a great job of nipping things in the butt.
Yes, exactly. He has set the tone very well tonight. Fowler and Raymond will be back by the ball. Once again, not shocked that Raymond's taking it.
Oh, and that's a great ball. Just sorry.
Just got too excited on that one.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great ball, and he placed that so well, just right on the PK spot. And I can't remember who had a header on that ball. I couldn't see.
Justin Ruiz.
No, that's my bad, too. I had a nice pole right in my view.
But just that hint of a header, just off the right post, just sneaking past. Gromit-Saris is very lucky because he didn't have good sight on that ball. Dutchman nearly snuck in a second goal.
Yeah, Raymond doing a great job with his balls. And hopefully that he continue those awesome kicks throughout the rest of the season, because that's setting up the Hope Dutch for a lot of good opportunities to score.
And what's so difficult about that spin is it's so hard for a defender to judge and get their head in the right place. If you're not at the right spot at the right time, it's impossible to get it.
Fowler with the throw-in. We're going to get a foul on the play. That ball set into the stands. Looks like we'll get a free kick. Fowler and Raymond once again back by the ball. Sun setting here on Van Soccer Stadium.
And we can see a difference in the way that this Osprey defense sets up compared to the Dutchmen. Dutchmen have been known for their zonal defense, but we can see some tight man-to-man marking.
Raymond once again.
And that's a great spin ball again. Just unfortunately too much going on and too much contact in the box. But really in the second half, he's been placing these balls so well, just in such dangerous spots that the keeper can't get to.
Gromitsaris goes for the quick start. Leach will take it up the side. Plenty of room to move. A little bit of pressure from Bilesma now.
And you can see Leach looking at the field to see what his forwards are giving him, but there's just nothing there with that line set back so far from the Dutchman.
Gromitsaris goes back to Leach. Intercepted by Dalt. Plenty of space. He's got Bilesma. Crashing in the middle was Raymond. Great stop by Gromitsaris.
And a perfect ball in from Dalt. Just to get that ball right in the PK spot. He knew exactly what he wanted to do with it. And just that burst of speed from Raymond to get that shot off was beautiful. Just unfortunately not the right placement.
Amazing job by Gromitsaris. Looks frustrated with his defense, rightfully so. We're going to get a couple subs. And I'm going to try to keep up. Number 5, Burns back into the game. 17, James Elwell. And I believe...
Flynn? 7 Flynn?
I think 7 Flynn. That's the last one. So Elwell will mix up that pass. That ball sails out of bounds. Hustle there from Maxted and Fowler. Fowler will get the throw in, though.
And I love that unspoken communication between offensive players of, if I'm speeding down that line, just expect it in that PK spot. And I've loved seeing that in the second half from the Dutchman.
Flynn finds Rainman.
And he'll take it with confidence.
I think Raymond's missed a couple shots on the goal, so I think he's hungry for a goal. Fortulis will take it up. Passes it up to Ruiz.
And we saw in the first half a lot of pace from Ruiz, so we'll see what he brings as a sub in the second half.
Bittig takes it up the middle.
And he's got plenty of space to work with.
He decides to go forward with it. Off of Marino. Byrne tries to bring it down. Woodside's there on the side with a little pressure from Fortulis.
And I love the cheeky step over by Woodside. Not afraid to test Fortulis on that right side.
This ball passed in quickly to Brusso. Brusso sends it up.
And he'll look long to Flynn, who's always ready to go on that long run and bypass that forward.
Cheslock there to tip it out. Raymond will take the throw in. Excuse me, they're going to send it to Ryan Woodside will take it.
And he'll take his time getting up the field. No reason to rush for the Dutchman.
Woodside sent it in to Hooker, also one of the subs. My apologies for missing that one. Raymond has it on the sideline. A lot of pressure from the defense. Woodside sends it nice and high on top of the goal.
And Hooker's another one of those subs that'll come on, and he can make plays happen. He likes to get in behind, but he also likes to hold on to the ball. A little bit more pace than Bilesma, so he can do a little bit more in those spaces and behind. But a great tactical shift from Brandt just to get his players going and get them fostering connections between starters and second-string players as well.
Up and as we see number 23, Michael Francisco, come in, and we've seen this a couple times where Burns, Flynn, Dyer, sometimes Hooker and Francisco all kind of come in around the same time and really bring a lot of energy and work well together.
Right. It'll be interesting to see in the season if there's a transition to get more of the second string players in with the first string and see how they can foster those connections, not just as one team and another team, but as a whole team together.
Right. So Francisco will tip this one out, and Abania will settle it. He comes in hot.
We'll see Abania shift more towards a midfield spot as opposed to an outside back position in the second half.
Solano looks up to Maxted, intercepted by the defense. Pressure there by Dalt.
And he'll slow this game down. But luckily no card in this situation.
Solano is going to take the free kick for us. He lets his team settle in. Quick shot to Maxted.
And he'll cut in with a burst of speed, only to be intercepted.
Cheslock sends it high in the air. And Jelly will settle it on the ground. Back to Maxted.
And a bad giveaway.
Good hustle by Hooker, yeah.
Unfortunately not able to keep it in, so thrown from Amania.
Quick to Solano, goes right back. Finds Dick Mack in the center. Haven't seen a lot from Dick Mack today. Kind of surprised by that, being one of the key players on this team. Haven't really seen him really make any plays or be much of a contributor. Hasn't hurt them in any way, shape, or form, but definitely not the contributor that I thought he would be tonight.
Right, but one of the beauties of a player... Oh, and we'll see a takeaway from...
Ruiz goes in.
And Ruiz has been very dangerous in spots. And the Dutchmen have to be careful on their back line, especially the center backs, because they like to have a lot of time to play and pass the ball around. But he's one of those quick players that'll just come and intercept it when you least expect it.
A lot of back and forth action. Cleared out by Byrne.
Going back to what you were saying about Dick Mack, yes, it's one of those things where you don't see him getting in the offense as much, but the beauty of a holding midfielder like that is he's such a strong presence and prevents a lot of play from coming through that midfield. The Dutchmen have done a good job of making a tactical adjustment of kind of bypassing the center of the field and distributing a little bit wider, but it's also a testament to his skill of being able to hold that midfield and prevent them from moving as well.
Substitutions.
Especially when you have Isaac Brock, who's always trying to go forward.
So we're going to get a couple substitutions here. Number 20, Triber, will come back in for Ospreys. There's a couple in for the Dutch. Yeah, I got to catch up to that one. That's my fault.
We'll see Albritton coming back in the center for Binnig.
And Griffin Brusso will also come back in for the Dutch. So we're going to get a free kick from Abania. And pardon me on that one, Dyer came back into the game. And Woodside's got a lot of space to go. Teachout looks to push out to Hooker. Hooker almost deflected off of Woodside, finds Elwell.
And it's really great when Woodside shifts from that outside back position, but almost comes in as a holding midfielder, and he's able to make that tactical shift and then switch back when he can with Elwell.
Elwell goes for the shot. Gromaceris is there to scoop it up fairly easily, though. He'll go for the boot. Fortress is there on the sideline with Woodside. A lot of contact again. That's going to be on Fortulus. Looks like he might have grabbed the jersey of Woodside. Quick start from the Dutch. A lot of curve on that ball. Francisco's going to try to settle it.
Doing well to keep that ball in.
A lot of congestion.
And Francisco will find a little bit of space in the midfield. He'll distribute that out wide pretty quickly to Hooker, it looks like. Or no, excuse me. I'm not sure. Byrne.
That is Dyer.
Dyer, thank you.
So now Dyer has it. He finds Elwell up the middle. Elwell back to Dyer. Good defense by Marino.
And Dyer will go with speed, trying to test that back line.
Byrne tries to keep it alive for the Dutch. Dyer looks middle, headed out of the way by Leach. Elwell goes for the shot. Dick Mack takes that one right to the stomach, but blocks it. And Dyer will give us a throw-in. Excuse me, looks like Woodside will come in and do it. Flynn will take it, finds Hooker.
And he'll take it with a little bit of speed and pace.
A lot of Ospreys at the top of that box to clear it out into the stands. Francisco will take the throw in. Misplayed by the Dutch. A lot more contact going on.
And we'll see another foul from Elwell, who needs to be a little bit careful because he's already on a yellow. We'll see a restart from Leach.
Ospreys tried to go for the quick start, but the referee called it back. Abania has it now. Finds Triber up the side. Looks middle. Beautiful pass to Ruiz. Goes right back to Triber. He tries to cross it middle, and that'll deflect off Francisco.
And we've seen some great individual play from some of this Osprey offense. We've seen players like Triber and
Entering the line for
Billy,
Stockton,
excuse me.
number 8, Christian Dick.
Christian Bick's going to come back for us in the game, and Bryce Bovell.
But we've seen some good individual play from Triber and Fortulis, who are trying to get in behind and create opportunities for themselves. So it'll be good to see what they can do in the rest of their season, trying to get in behind and exploit those spaces a little bit better.
Corner from Solano. Up in the air, but Ospreys can't capitalize on it. Woodside takes control. A lot of pressure from Leach.
And we've seen a lot of good shoulder-to-shoulder plays. That's the beauty of soccer. You don't have to foul by using your arms, but just using that strong presence and knocking someone off the ball, totally legal, and we love to see it.
Throw in there for the Dutch. They'll send that back to Brusso, who finds Albritton. Albritton been a great strong presence in the backfield for the Dutch.
Right, but the real story is seeing Brusso as a sophomore or junior,
Yeah.
being able to play so many minutes and be such a strong presence in that back line as well.
Yeah, Brandt's done a fantastic job of really catering his players to the position that's really best for them.
Right.
Hooker looks to push. That's up to Brusso, but Leach will send that back to Gromaceris. Kicks it out. Dutch maintain control. Hooker in the middle.
He'll just distribute out wide to Dyer.
Dyer to Woodside. Marino will get a foot on it. Albritton comes from the back. This one goes out to Francisco to spread it out.
And we're seeing a little bit more composure from the Dutchmen. They're still not able to connect the way they would want to in the final third, but a lot less frustration and frazzled energy than we saw in the first half.
Cheslock brings it up. Finds Bick. Bick goes back to Leach. Leach finds Cheslock again. We saw Ruiz right there crashing in.
Right, and he's been everywhere on the field this second half especially.
Woodside goes in for the hustle. It's not going to go in his favor. We're going to get a throw in for the Ospreys. Triber has it. Finds Marino. Deflected off the Dutch. Bick takes it. Intercepted by Woodside. A lot of back and forth. This one's finally cleared up.
And we can see a lot more selectivity in the second half with subs from both coaches, trying to figure out what works best, but still utilizing their strongest players.
Elwell takes it. Bick once again. They find number 27, Bovell, who goes out wide. A lot of strong pressure from Brusso, takes it over. Finds Elwell in the back.
And he'll create space on the left for Francisco.
Francisco to Flynn. Flynn finds Elwell.
And that's a good quick switch by the Dutchman. Elwell still holding on to the ball. And he'll take a shot that'll just go a little bit wide. Out for a corner for the Dutchman. That was a tricky, unexpected shot, a little bit outside of the box.
So we're going to see Dyer take this corner kick.
Yeah, that's a save. That's a shot at goal.
Looks like the referees are going to discuss a couple things.
Depending on the outcome. Corner.
With 13 and a half-ish minutes left to go in the second half. Still 1-0 in favor of the Dutch. It's a great opportunity for Hope to nail in that second goal.
Right. A nice little break from both the Ospreys and the Dutchmen, just to give their legs a rest while referees discuss some things.
Yeah, I'm sure no one's complaining about that one.
We'll see two Dutchmen by the ball. We're not sure if we're going to get a lefty or a righty on this corner.
Looks like they're finally ready. Dyer swings it.
And we'll see Hooker try and settle in the box, but not quick enough. And another foul by the Osprey defense on the left side on Flynn.
So Bovell will be called for that foul, and Francisco is going to take the free kick, it looks like. Maybe with some help from Flynn. Francisco will take it.
That's a good in-swinger with the left foot. But unfortunately, a header right into the hands of Gromit Saris will take his time with this ball.
Saris goes for the long ball. Maxted will take it. A lot of pressure from Francisco. And we see again that slippery turf coming into action.
Right. But good hustle by Francisco, who was all the way up on the field to make that recovery. And that's one of the hardest parts as an outside defender in a fast team. When your coach is expecting you to get up that sideline, that recovery just is a testament to how committed they are to defense.
This ball goes up to Woodside. Woodside pushes up a lot of speed from Dyer on the sideline.
Right.
He looks to put a lot of pressure. Deflected off of Hooker. And I guess, Claire, with 11 minutes and 45 seconds left to go, both teams, what's your mindset at this point?
If I'm on either team, I would say there's still a lot of soccer left to play in this game. It's anybody's game at this point. The Dutchmen could put this game away with a second goal, but the Ospreys could just as easily come quick on the counter. They have a lot of speed, and they haven't exploited it a ton, or exploited the space a ton, but they still are dangerous on the counter when they want to be. Again, some slipperiness on this turf. Bovell, number 27, just falling short just a little bit.
Once again, Burns is going to take it. We'll see Triber goes up. We're going to get a foul, though.
Just a tangle of legs between Byrne and Montesino, I believe.
So Solano will take it. He finds Bovell. Elwell will take it away, though. Tries to push it up to Flynn a little too fast. Solano with the flick to Triber.
And we're seeing a lot more play, or a lot more turnovers in this last 10 minutes of the game. And that's a great cross in behind. Bovell unfortunately unable to connect, but that's a good ball. Slipped in between Albritton and Brusso perfectly for him to finish the play.
We're going to get a couple more subs, some returner starters. We'll start off with number 9, Christian Dull is back in. Number 11, Logan Bilesma. And number 16, James Raymond will come back in for the Dutch. Cormac sends this one to the halfway mark. Dalk gets his head on it. Ospreys will settle it. But Elwell aggressive and takes it over.
Right, and we see Elwell proving himself in the second half as a sub coming on.
Flynn has it in the middle. Slows it up. Goes out to Raymond.
And that's a good trap by Raymond. Good composure with a little bit of pressure on him.
Woodside will bring it back to Albritton. Albritton looks up to Dalt. Can't get there in time, so we're going to see a throw-in from Abania.
Right, and even though both teams haven't had the best job, or haven't done the best job of connecting in the final third, you can see a sense of urgency from both teams just to keep creating and keep trying and seeing what works.
So we're going to see a couple more subs. We're going to start with the Dutch. Isaac Brack is back in, and number 24, Ty Dalton. And for Stockton, looks like we got, I apologize, I lost my numbers. Max Bond is in for Stockton. And I will get back with you for the other two once Claire and I figure it out. So Fortress will come back into the game, as well as Bond will come back into the game.
And Montesinos.
So Brock heads that ball out. And a lot of accidental contact on that one.
And we'll see some frustration from both players on this side with a controversial call. One of those plays where you can't win. If you're heading that ball, you're going to go up in the air. But if you don't want to get hit, you're going to duck as well.
So it looks like we're going to get the free kick here. Both Fortulus and Solano there by the ball. We're going to stop the clock quick.
Not exactly sure why, though.
Looks like just Solano is going to take this one.
And we'll see in these final minutes just an added sense of pressure on both sides. And
there it goes!
A great ball in from Solano. Left foot in swinger just to get that ball in the perfect spot. And just a lack of a clearance from the defense of the Dutchman.
And Justin Ruiz is going to send that in for his first goal and the first goal of the day for the Sperry's. And that'll tie it up 1-1. Claire, you said it. There's a lot of game left. And with about 7.5 minutes to go, we got a tie game.
And McCormick couldn't really do anything in that situation. Just one of those balls that was just right in the perfect spot at the perfect time for Ruiz. But a lag in the defensive play on those set plays, which are just so dangerous, especially when you have so many good set play kickers on both sides.
And for Sperry's, we're going to see substitution. Joseph Dickmack will come back into the game.
And that's a great substitution by the coach. Right when your team has that goal, just to give them more energy, put one of your stronger players that can really hold that midfield together and prevent anything from coming through.
Marino will take the throw in to Fortulus. Ball in the air. Fortulus will come away with it.
And in these last 6 or 7 minutes in the game, it'll be very interesting to see what the Spartans can put together. Just because legs are so very tired, we have lots of silly calls, lots of starts, and lots of opportunities to score. So we'll see how the Dutchmen respond in this situation.
Foul on Byrne right there. Didn't look intentional. Looked like that wet turf kind of came into play again.
Right, it's our favorite third defender in
It
this
really
game.
is. Solano will take it.
And we just saw how dangerous this left foot is. He's able to lift that ball and get into the box, headed out by the Dutchman. And Brock will try to send that ball up to Bilesma.
Intercepted from Bond. They'll send that back to Gromaceris. Pressure from Raymond. They look middle. Brock is there to try to send it to the ground.
Brock with a definitive header. He doesn't let his size keep him down at all.
Bilesma with a lot of contact, but no call. Montesinos will fall, and Dalt looks to push. Contact again.
And we'll see a tackle from Dickmack on the side coming out to defend Dalt just because they're both such aggressive players. And it's a little controversial. We don't know if we were seeing a lot of studs out and what contact the ref is seeing, but he's certainly seeing something. So
Michael Francisco, the freshman from Forest Hill Central, will go out by the ball with Raymond. As we know, Raymond historically done a great job in these type of situations.
And that's a good ball in, just unable to connect. A header from Brusso, I believe. Could be wrong, but Brusso just take a little bit left.
So we'll get a goal kick here from Gromaceris. We're under the 5-minute mark, still 1-1.
And this game could very well go into overtime.
5 shots on goal for the Dutch, just 2 for Sperry's.
And the ball's kind of stuck in the middle at this point.
Fortulus tries to bring it down. Once again, contact. That'll go in favor of the Dutch.
And a couple of these fouls, I don't know what the ref is seeing necessarily. Yes, there's contact, but it just seems to be a lot of rough aggression rather than specific fouls.
Looks like Dick Mack is getting a warning. That ball is up. And looks like Dalton was in the mix on that. He goes again, sends it high above the crossbar. Great defense from the Osprey. And Gromaceres will take the kick, excuse me, and we're going to have a substitution. Number 15, Zach Burns will come into the game. He'll come in for number 8, Christian Bick.
And that was a great shot by Auburn, just in the right place at the right time. That's a great shot by Auburn in the right place at the right time to get that ball in the mix off the goal kick.
Thanks, Bosh.
So Dalton will bring that one to the ground. Dalt, once again, the victim of a lot of contact.
We're good timing as we go OT.
So looks like Brusso is going to take it. You might hear some coughing in the background. That is my dear friend Claire next to me choking on some water. You know, sometimes it just goes down the wrong pipe.
Right, just the wrong pipe, but you adjust and
You adjust.
you recover.
Brusso sends that one up.
And a good header in from Brock, but just no one there to connect.
This goes out to Raymond. Raymond looks to do something with it.
And a great in-swinger. Just no one there again on that final third. Just that last touch is a little bit lacking, a little off, and that ball will go out for a goal kick.
About 2.5 minutes to go. Number 7, Justin Ruiz will come back in. He had a lot of good minutes in the first half especially, but has played earlier on in the second half.
And that's great strategy by the Spartan staff, just to make sure that they're getting their fastest players that have that burst of energy and will give you the hardest work rate in these last 2 minutes of the game.
Dalton, little missed pass, cleared out by Marino.
And good positioning by Brusso just to be in the right place at the right time.
Albritton finds Dalt. Thanks to the turf, Dalt get past Abanillo. Dalt keeps it. This one goes out to Raymond.
Or Woodside.
Woodside intercepts it, my bad. Fortulis will now take it up the side. A little bit of a foot race.
And he's got a lot of speed. He's still holding on to that ball. Unfortunately, unable to connect with Ruiz, but that's the danger of having your outside backs going forward if they're not able to recover.
So Byrne will go out to Brock. Brock to Raymond. Raymond keeps it. A lot of pressure.
And he'll distribute that ball out to Francisco, who's ready to go to the races.
He goes to Dalt. Dalt slows it up a little bit.
And that's a good idea. Just a good ball with a little bit of spin with the outside of the right foot just to give Francisco a chance to get a ball in.
1 minute warning has been announced.
And Dalt will hold on to that ball still.
Dalt finds Woodside. Woodside with plenty of space. He goes for the shot. Nice scoop by Gromaceres as we hit the 40-second mark.
And a good long ball into the space that Woodside just exited.
And Fortunate, strong player on that side. This could be dangerous. He'll get some contact.
And a great recovery tackle from Woodside just to have such strong, consistent defense throughout this game. And a good battle between him and Fortunate throughout this entire 90 minutes.
The Dutch look to push. 20 seconds left to go. Raymond finds Dalt. A little bit of a misplayed ball. 10 seconds left to go.
9, 8.
And looks like Gromaceres will take his time as Claire looks like we're headed into overtime.
Right, and this is an interesting game. Just got even more interesting.
So that'll do us for regulation time. 1-1. Both teams, Ospreys came in definitely a lot better in the second half, Claire.
Right.
What did you think made that difference?
I think this team has a commitment to working hard for the full 90 minutes. And I think on the Dutchman's side, they're composed, but they could do a better job of making sure that the spaces are covered when they have a center back going higher or an outside back going higher. Again, on both sides, it's an aggressive game, and this ref is taking no prisoners. So being careful on where they give up set plays on both sides of the field will be super important for this extra period of time.
So they're going to get about a 5-minute break. So we're going to let the teams regroup a little bit before we head into overtime, and we'll be back in just a couple minutes.
Gentlemen, as you can see,
Alrighty, welcome back to Van Andel Soccer Stadium. As it's gotten dark outside, it hits 9 o'clock and we head into sudden death. And Claire, you want to explain what that means?
Right. I love sudden death because it just means golden goal. Whoever scores first wins the game automatically, which I'm sure the players will be happy to hear considering how tired their legs probably already are. But it'll be interesting to see how these teams go forward in the coming minutes, just to see high press, staying back in the defense. What do they want? What strategy are they looking for?
So even though there is 10 minutes on the clock, we are informed that it is still sudden death. That ball will head right out of bounds, and we'll get an Sperry's throw in. This ball's finally connected to the ground. Brock's going to take over. A lot of speed.
A lot of speed. And we can see Jordan Hooker with the shot just wide to the right. Just a couple inches to the right, but a quick shot early on for the Dutchman.
And that would have been a great seal the deal moment right there. Quick and painless, but Gromaceris is going to get a goal kick instead. So he sends that out, and Brock will head that down.
I love how strong Brock is in the air and how much he's able to absorb in that midfield. A great attacking presence, but also defensive. And we'll see Dalt cut in. And he'll find Brock in the middle. And nearly slips it in behind. And just a couple of deflections, lucky deflections off of the Spartan defense to get Gromaceris to hold on to that ball.
And now the Hope College faithful energized after those back-to-back almost goals. This ball will be played up to Ruiz. And the Dutchman will take it over again.
And Fowler will try and slip that ball in behind to Brock, who's everywhere. He's got boundless energy in this game. It's as if the game just started for him, and everyone else is just lagging.
So Fowler will take the throw in. He goes deep, but Abania's there. Somehow makes it back to him. Hagman tries to get a touch. Dick Mack gets it instead. This ball's up.
And we'll see Alberton trying to absorb that pressure.
We're going to get a foul there, looks like on Ruiz.
And we'll see Hagman hopping in just a little bit of pain, but hopefully he'll be able to walk that one off.
Alberton will take this free kick. Allows his team to set up.
And he'll look a little bit longer on the left side to Dalt.
Abania's there again, but it looks like Dalt will be called for the foul. He looks a little bit confused. And number 24, Max Bond, will take it. He goes for the long ball as well.
And a definitive header by Alberton to get that ball for the Dutchman defense.
This ball's still up in the air.
And a high kick by the Ospreys. And that ball will go to the Dutchman.
Hagman will take it. Hands it off to Brusso. Just goes for the quick pass to Alberton. Alberton looking for some help. Decides to take it himself. Goes up to Dalt. A lot of pressure. Tries to go up, cleared out by Bond.
And I love the idea from Dalt just to find creative ways to get that ball up the field with just a quick chip over top.
Ruiz and Max did in a foot race.
And we'll see Dalt coming back defensively because he knew his defender Fowler was caught up. Just being able and having that smarts just to come back and cover for him.
Yeah, and that awareness of where his teammates are on, or were at on the field. Ball up to Brusso. Brusso, a lot of space. Finds the middle to Brock. Dick Mack comes in fast. And Bond will look middle to Ruiz.
An aggressive step in by Brusso, which we love to see. And he'll get a tackle and still hold on to that ball. And a quick distribution to Brock. We'll send it to Hooker.
A little bit of a miss touch by Hooker. They send it back to Gromaceris, who looks for the kick. Hagman's the only one there. Heads it in the air. Hooker tries to take it down.
And he'll try to send it, but Brock knew he was offside, so holds up the play.
And that'll just dribble back to Gromaceris once again. Goes for the long boot. Albert will send it back. Brock looks to push a little bit. He's against Solano. They find Woodside. Back to Brock.
And he'll lose that ball in the middle. And we'll see yet again Fortulus and Woodside battling it on the side.
Maxted looks up to Ruiz, but Albritton's there instead. Could be dangerous, but he sends it out to Fowler.
And that was smart from Albritton to look up, just because those balls back to McCormick could be dangerous because of the speed of Ruiz. And a good clean tackle by Dalton in the middle, excuse me, to try and slow down Dick Mack.
Fortulus on the side. One-on-one versus Brusso. McCormick with the save. Fowler will send it out.
And a beautiful save by McCormick. He hasn't been tested too many times, but he's one of those players that will just be ready to come back into that game with a bunch of life.
Looks like we got a cramp. Isaac Brock helping out a teammate. Can't see the number, so I can't tell you who it is. And that would be Woodside. That's what my awesome informational team is telling me. We are very thankful for the athletic training staff that we have and the crew that's in the box with us, our camera guys. Very thankful for them, and without them, we wouldn't be able to, have this broadcast out for you guys.
Right, they keep it fun, too, in the box.
They do.
That's something Clayton for me never figured out.
And they're still working on that cramp out there.
Going back to that play, that was just beautiful how Fortulus was able to create that open space for himself. And I'm thinking either Ruiz was able to distribute that ball, but just being able to find that pocket of space, because once he got into that box, it became so much more difficult to tackle him as hard as the defense would have liked. Brusso did a decent job, but a beautiful save again by McCormick to keep a clean sheet in overtime.
So Woodside is going to hobble off with the help of some athletic training staff. Looks like that cramp is still an issue. Vandegrift is going to come back in. He saw a couple minutes of play last night. Came in with a lot of energy, but this is his first appearance of the game tonight.
And that's going to be interesting to see a freshman coming in for sudden death. It just shows the faith of the coach and the depth of this bench.
And we'll see who steps up now. Woodside, very strong player for this Hope team.
Right, and especially with Fortulus's speed on the left side, we'll see how Vandegrift matches up.
Looks like the ref might have seen some lightning out in the background, and we just saw it as well. Which means, if that is the case, we have to wait 30 minutes from the last lightning strike.
That is drama, folks.
Well, you thought you came here for a quick, easy game versus Hope and Stockton, but we just had to throw in some drama for you. But we have come through, and we are still going to play.
We're still in play,
Claps
folks.
all around.
And a committed fan base as well.
Oh,
Patient
yes.
during this time. And Brusso will come up with the ball on the right side in the defensive third. He'll look a little bit longer up to Hooker. And he'll distribute that off quickly to Brock with a burst of speed again. And that ball will come out wide to Dalt.
Dalt looks to push. He holds on to it.
And he'll try and take Amania one-on-one. And finds Brock in the box with a beautiful ball across the 6. Oh!
And a beautiful play by James Raymond. Can't get it to connect. No one's there to help him out, but great
in the right
effort.
Place at the right time. Beautiful ball and a beautiful header by the Spartan defense to keep that ball out of the net. Great opportunity, great insights by both Dalt and Brock, and a great spot to be in for James Raymond.
And we're getting a couple substitutions. Kyle Leach will come back in for Stockton, and number 7, I believe Flynn will come back in as well as Bilesma.
And we'll see the short corner by Raymond. And he'll try and get that ball in the mix with a header by the Dutchman, but Dick Mack is able to clear that ball out.
Looks like Fowler is going to take the throw, and a little bit of a sense of urgency on both teams now. Brock will have it in the middle. Goes to Bilesma. Bilesma tries to clear it out to Brock. He recovers from the pass. They'll send it out to Vandegrift.
And you can see everyone getting involved in this attack in these final 3 minutes.
Brock looks to make a little bit of a difference. Can't connect. Gromaceris with a nice slide and scoop. Goes for the long kick. Brusso's there to put it on the ground.
But no one in the midfield, and the Spartans will pick it back up.
Solano's there. Fortulus, dangerous on the sideline.
And he'll spin past Vandergrift, but great effort by Vandergrift to come back and retrieve that ball.
Nice recovery on his part. He looks middle.
And he'll set it up to Brock, a great ball with tons of space.
Solid choice. He looks for James Raymond coming up the side.
Oh,
nice
it's a
pass
great
up
one-touch
middle. Hope scores with a beautiful pass from James Raymond. And Bilesma finishes.
And we will see a beautiful ball in on the outside right from Brock. And a perfect one-touch ball with the right foot by James Raymond to get that ball into Logan Bilesma, who'll slam it into the right or to the left post of the net.
And what an exciting way to end this game, folks. Right before the Storms are about to hit overtime, sudden death. I can't think of a better way to finish. So that'll do it here tonight for us, folks. Hope College men come away 2-1 versus the Stockton Ospreys. We hope for the best of luck in the Ospreys in their upcoming season. And what an exciting weekend it has been for both men and women's soccer this weekend. So we're very excited to see where that will take us. I am Carly Van Swal alongside Claire De Silva. All the excitement.
Thanks for listening, guys.
We hope to see you next time, and roll Dutch.